Welcome to another segment of Authentically Speaking. I'm your gracious host, Sean Tyree. Now, if you're new to this channel, you know that we speak truth. We get away from the victim mentality. We can always discuss facts, but we can always debate opinions. But with this segment, we get away from the analysis, and I have to put you on to this situation out in Florida. I'm not seeing a lot of channels or a lot of publicity regarding this situation, but this just goes to show that the faith that you have in Jesus Christ, and if you so happen to not be a believer, right? But it just goes to show the power of prayer and the power that God has when he says that he can move mountains. And I say that because this situation out in Florida where this officer encountered a person, a troubled person, right? We have a lot of mental health in this country. There's a lot of troubled people. And often you just need someone to disseminate their godliness in order to change minds and change hearts. So I want you to see the situation that took place regarding the officer and a disturbed man or male that was possibly going to end his life.
A new release dramatic video shows police in Jacksonville, Florida, helping rescue a man in crisis on a bridge earlier this month. Watch.
Whatever you're going through, man, you can get through it. No, listen, man, listen. Listen, you can get through this. Come on, let's talk about it for a minute. Can I at least have a prayer with you? You believe in prayer, I know that. Just touch my hand. Just touch my hand, man. I'm praying with you. But if you jump, you're going to hurt other people. And they're going to be hurting just like you're hurting now. The cycle got to stop of hurt. There you go, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Wow. That Jacksonville officer who helped that man in crisis is Officer Antonio Richardson. He joins us now. Wow. What a fantastic job. You clearly saved that man's life. Can you, officer, can you bring me back to that moment? You get a call. It looks like a guy is going to jump from a bridge. Then what did you do?
When I got the call, it wasn't my call. I was just there to stop the traffic. And then a couple other officers who knew my position as a pastor, they asked me to come over and talk with the guy. And I just engaged him in conversation. Didn't know what I was going to say. Nothing was scripted. I just, Spirit of God, and just shared with him my heart. I did not want to see him jumping. At that time, I did not believe he was going to jump. I just felt within myself that God was going to spare his life, and he did.
Well, it goes on for a long time. How many, we only showed you 35 seconds. How long was the interaction?
The conversation lasted, the whole ordeal lasted about 40 minutes of just engaging him. There were times where, he was at the edge. I thought he might have jumped, and I was afraid, but I was praying, and God spared his life, and we connected. And as a result of that connection, he didn't jump, and that's what it's all about.
What amazed me is it was so brilliant of you, and I've never been trained as an officer, and you said it wasn't training, to stop thinking about himself. He said, think about the other people you're going to hurt if you do this and you jump. And it got him, I imagine, stop thinking about himself for a second and picturing the day after. Where did that come from? Because it clearly worked.
During the conversation, he had told me his love for his family, his concern for them. And because he had that concern, I knew that that would be the basis of us giving him hope for tomorrow. He was going through some things, and he did not want to hurt his family. Though he wanted to hurt himself at the time, he didn't want to hurt his family. And that's was the tool that was able to be used.
Antonio, what was it like? And we're looking at that moment right now. I don't know if you have a monitor. When he walks to the bridge, walks away from the bridge and to you and hugs you. Can you describe that moment?
Oh my God, it was a prayer answered. I was relieved. Immediately after, I called my wife, and I just broke down crying. It was overwhelming to me. It was a dramatic moment. It was a pivotal point in my life. And as that officer there you see talking, I just went and sat in my patrol car and just wept like a baby because I saw a miracle. To me, that was a miracle from God.
And you're still in touch. Pretty amazing. Another
Yeah,
another great police officer doing great things who doesn't get the credit they deserve, but you got it here today. You saved somebody's life. That must be an incredible feeling. You don't have to do anything else. You're already a huge success. Thanks, Pastor Officer Richardson. Appreciate you sharing your story with us, and great job.
Now, I want to give that its own highlight in itself, right? I wanted you to see it in its entirety because what you think about law enforcement, once again, I'm truly happy that Axon and people have voted for body cameras because we get to see these incredible acts of kindness, discernment, and right then and there, you just saw that was just the power of God, right? The way that, he was a former pastor, but even though he was a former pastor, he got into this field, and this field is not an easy task, right? When you get into law enforcement, you see so much negativity and you deal with so much negative actions. It's easy to become jaded in this type of field. But when you have someone that is grounded, not only in their word, but in their Bible, that they, even despite all the darkness that officers have to go through, right? Because think about this, when officers get calls, it's rarely for something good, right? Officers get calls, they're there to solve a problem, and they're more than likely there to aid in a different capacity, unlike any other field, unlike nurses, unlike firefighters, and unlike paramedics, right? They're there because there's a danger in place and someone needs assistance. And you can view it however you want to view it, but dealing with so much darkness, there's a lot of darkness in law enforcement. Don't get me wrong, there are good takeaways, but there's a lot of darkness that also comes in the law enforcement field. And to see these type of situations, the public needs to see that, right? Because when you think about it, law enforcement has a lot of hats that they wear, right? You have to be a mentor, um, a leader, and a follower, right? Good followers can become good leaders, and good leaders can have good followers. You're being a disciplinarian, you're being a protector, you're being a civil servant, you're being a healer, right? And what I mean by healer in those short instances is what you just saw right there from that officer, right? Talking someone down. But that happens when you have that godly nature and it disseminates out to the public and it reaches people because God is always in control. So I wanted to give that its own segment. This is not a long video. And some of my subscribers, you look for those long videos, you look for the action, but then sometimes you have to see other portions of this job that we can discuss and how it resonates with the rest of the world. You have to see these because it speaks volumes, because it shows law enforcement is just an all-encompassing career. And it takes years for people to grow into something, hopefully for the positive rather than the negative. You have to outweigh the negative in order to have a positive. And for me, I believe you have to be grounded in something. And a lot of times it involves prayer and understand who your Lord and Savior is. So once again, this was a short video, but I want to give this officer the respect that he deserves for showing such kindness, showing the nature and the power that God really has in order to change the minds and hearts of men, women, and just the incredible population. So with that being said, remember, the Lord is the light and the way of the truth, and I'll see you next time.